And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes a guest. She's a comedian, writer, and actress who will do a tarot reading for you, and it will even be correct. It's Lizzy Cooperman. Tone Zone is here to remind us, now that we're at the end of Prime Day days, that the true spirit of Prime Day isn't about generosity, love, and kindness. It's about buying as much cheap shit as possible. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the love bus and say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison, with her good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison Rosen. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little caramel stroop waffles. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate, and I'm just going to acknowledge right now, caramel, I don't know, was sent in on Patreon by Karen Santhanum. Yes, I am on Patreon. So much fun stuff over there. There's the Friend Zone. That's my Patreon podcast, which is quite juicy. And then even juicier, there is my daily text update. So there's a level where you can text me and I'll text you back. And I also send out a daily update. And it's stuff that I believe legally is required to be behind a paywall. If you're going to sign up, do the annual subscription. You get 2 months free. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen. I'm also on Substack. And I'm back. I had been struggling with regularity in posting, let's say.
You're back on the stack?
I'm back on the... Oh, facts!
Oh, God.
I'm back on the stack, facts.
That's a fact.
Oh.
Ooh, I love it. Yes. Get that. AllisonRosen.substack.com. Okay. I am very excited to welcome back to the show in Pod Cabin, sitting across from me, Lizzy Cooperman.
I am deeply thrilled.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. I also would like to say hello and welcome to my husband, Daniel.
Hi.
That's the best you can do.
Yep.
We're all tired, Daniel. We've all had not enough sleep, but Lizzy and I turned it up, and so did Facts.
Yeah, but I don't get paid for this shit.
Neither does Lizzy. She gets paid in exposure.
I get paid in exposure, love.
That's true. That's true. I get paid in
company.
Getting Allison off my back.
I've never heard this level of, like, because you know that you have no indoor voice, but right now you do.
Man, I'm trying to cleanse my soul of this. You wake up to a screaming kid.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing a holy tantrum, and it just puts you in some kind of mood.
Daniel's nervous system has been
just
shocked.
Frazzled.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me too.
I programmed my alarm to make that noise every morning.
That would wake you up. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we should get into what the tantrum was in a moment, because it relates to our very always on culture that we're in. It was he was upset over the way I was filming a video that he wanted me to make for him. Hang on, we'll get to that. Hello, Tony Thaxton.
Hello.
Remind me to tell you something about my vagina. Yes.
We'll get back to
that.
that.
Did I ever get back to it? I can't remember.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. Lizzy, I'm having a hysterectomy on Friday.
Really?
They're yanking it all out. It's all gone. It's
you
all
mean
going
a
to be gone.
hysterectomy?
That's right.
Exactly. But today in the shower, I was like, so long, cervix. It makes it sound like I was washing my cervix, which I wasn't. But I wasn't like fisting myself or anything, but I was just thinking like it's going to be different up in there, you know?
And what is the reason for that?
So I have endometriosis, which is like more of a puts me in the category of like, yes, go for it.
Okay.
But my mom had ovarian cancer. So she was what the BRCA gene is, the mutation. Yeah. So she had the mutation. I actually don't have the mutation. So some doctors, oncologists feel like if you don't have the mutation, then your risk of getting this cancer is not elevated. But then other doctors, like my gynecologist and my mom's original oncologist, had said, when you're done having kids, you should get it out. Just prophylactically because most, like, there's a good, I don't know if they said there's a good chance. I'm putting words in their mouth.
Right.
The belief is even if you're BRCA negative, if your mother has it, you could be elevated. So,
Okay.
yes.
think they do it by how many degrees
Right.
separated too, because it runs in my family.
Oh, the BRCA
Yeah.
mutation?
And I asked to not be tested, but to be treated as though I do have it.
Oh.
And my doctor's always like, we could yank it out right now.
They love it. They love taking them out. The doctors.
Yeah.
They
They're just
sell them
eager.
on eBay. That's interesting. So before I got tested, for a little while, they were just kind of treating me like, let's just assume you have it, which just meant like frequent monitoring. Is that what you do?
Yes. I actually just had my breast MRI. So I do a mammogram and MRI every 6 months.
Yeah.
I tried to get everything done
Yes,
at
smart.
once,
Yeah.
you know? So I just got that done.
Yeah. That's what my mom used to do frequently. So she had all her, the downstairs removed, not her actual vagina and butt or anything, but you're giving me this look like, what are you talking about?
In
She had a
my
total
mind,
hysterectomy.
What I was thinking was, I feel like I read that the CDC changed their standards for how often women need pelvic exams.
Yes, to like once every 3 years, which is
Yes.
crazy. It's crazy.
It
Get it
is.
annually, people. It's called your annual. Well, no, now it's called your like woman exam.
It makes
but
no sense.
Right.
It's something that needs to be caught early. and
Frequently.
It's
Yeah.
good they're being proactive about it.
yeah. So she had her like the total hysterectomy, and then really she should have had mastectomy also, but she didn't. She was like, I've had enough surgery, so she just frequently got monitored there, and it was always a breast MRI and
Yes.
the other thing that I'm forgetting the name of.
This time it was easy. The first time I had one of these, I was like, this is the most uncomfortable. Like I felt like a wolf or something like that. Like just like
with the mammogram part or the MRI
with
part.
the MRI, because you're like on your stomach and they put your boobs into these like cupcake molds.
Right. How long are you in that position?
It's only like 20, 25 minutes, but this one
That's
was
kind of a long
easy.
time. Mhm.
And I think
Good.
being tired and having bad sleep helps, because
Yes.
then you can use it as a nap
Oh, there
time.
you go.
Yes, exactly.
And also when they tag you with the RFID tag,
Like they do with a wolf.
so they can follow your progress.
Yeah, wait, why did you feel like a wolf?
It just makes you feel like your sexuality or is like stripped away. You just feel like an animal.
Yeah.
Kind of like how I felt during COVID. I was thinking about that, like, because I was just alone the whole time. There was nothing really, defining. I just felt like an entity or an animal or something, just scrambling around my kitchen, making brownies. Just a wolf in oven mitts trying to survive.
I feel like I missed out on that experience.
Yeah, because we weren't alone. So we had the opposite of like, really spending a lot of time with my family.
I think it was bad for me.
What
I tried
happened?
to tell myself that it was good for me. Well, I eventually went to New Mexico, but the first half of it, I had moved into a new apartment. I had a peacock living on my balcony.
Wait,
so I
you gestured as if like my peacock, but I
did
don't
we
think
never talk
I
about
don't believe.
I
Does
feel
anyone
like
here
this
know this?
might be. I feel
a
like it
deep
might
Lizzy
be deep
cut?
in the archives. But
Maybe I need a refresher.
I would wake up at 9 a.m. to a thump on my balcony, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's back!" It was actually a peahen. And it was right outside my door, and I couldn't get rid of it. So if I needed something delivered, they were like, "I'm sorry, we can't come up there." And that was, during COVID, pretty much a necessity, especially for the an autoimmune.
Yeah.
I would leave the house only in a spacesuit at minimum. So
In California, you had a peahen on your balcony.
yeah, so I had a peahen on my balcony, and
What
there was
city
a
was this?
peacock.
Glendale?
This was on the border of Highland Park and Pasadena.
Okay. Oh,
And my
yes.
friend in
Lots of
Pasadena
peacocks
said
out there.
now she's seeing peacocks everywhere
Yeah.
there. But so then there was a male, like a peacock, strutting back and forth on like the driveway, and there was probably a nest.
Oh, I mean that's
across from me.
adorable.
So I had to devise systems in order to leave my home
Because of the birds
Yes.
and COVID.
Yes. At one point, I wrote a song about it that I need to find, where I took all the messages on the Nextdoor app and I sewed them together into a song.
Amazing. So there was a lot of chatter about the birds.
So much. And some people were like, get a super soaker. And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable.
How big is a peahen?
and-
Oh, sorry. I interrupted everyone.
Sorry.
As big as probably 3 Wendy's.
Okay. It's decent size.
Your dog, not the restaurant. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. That'd be so alarming. Yeah, no, I'm picturing like 50
Amazing.
pounds or something. 50, 60 pounds.
Yeah, it was really plump. She was plump and possibly pregnant now looking back.
Oh.
How big are their nests? I mean, where?
I don't know because I think there was a tree right across from my window. I
Can
was
they
on the
fly?
second floor. Also, you know what's weird about this apartment? I realized later it was 666, which I didn't realize when I moved in. It was Avenue 66, apartment 6.
Oh, wow.
There you go. That
Maybe
explains.
she was Diablo
Maybe she
or
was.
Lucifer or what are other names for
Don't bring
Satan?
Lucifer into
Satan.
So what I eventually ended up doing was I looked up sounds of like wild dogs and played them on YouTube because I was like, that's the least,
It's not the same
it felt
as a
like the
super
most
soaker.
humane
Yeah.
option because it
Yeah.
wasn't physical. I'm like, we'll just give her a sound experience.
Did it work?
It worked once or twice, and then I think she caught on.
Oh wow.
So then
She caught on. What do you mean? She's like, this is YouTube.
she was like, this is YouTube, 100%. She knew the username.
Tell from this speaker quality.
So eventually it stopped working. I decided to move to New Mexico. I lived in an Airbnb above a crystal shop there. I just found an Airbnb because my therapist at the time was like, what would make you happy right now? Because I was really miserable in that apartment. And I think a lot of it was loneliness and just feeling like also in Los Angeles, everyone else is congregating I know I'm not the only single person in Los Angeles, but I just felt also where my apartment was positioned, it was like right off the highway. There's just something about it that the energy was really off. And I said, the only thing I can think that would make me happy would be moving to like New Mexico. And he goes, then do it. Do it. And I was like, really? And he goes, yeah, you're waiting for me to give you permission. Here's your permission. Do it. Just go. I put in my notice. I packed all my things. I had people come and put my stuff into storage, and I drove there in one day.
Wow.
And I go to the, even when I do your podcast, I use the bathroom maybe 3 times before and twice after. But I didn't stop once because I was so excited to be leaving, and it felt like such an adventure.
That's so cool.
So I went and stayed in this studio above a crystal shop, and I got to experience snow. It was far less populated, and the air was incredible, and the sunsets there are miraculous.
It's supposed to be a really like enchanted, magical place.
It's one of my favorite places, and I think about going back there. George R.R. Martin lives there, although I was not able to locate his house. I did try.
And we know you're always talking about George R.R. Martin.
Always, constantly.
Were you in Santa Fe?
Yes. So then after that, I moved into another sublet, and I was going to stay there. I lived in this home where there was like a massage parlor in the back. This really nice couple owned this home, and they lived in the back house basically and had their.
What made you come back?
Because I could not verify my address. I didn't have a driver's license that proved where I lived in order to. I think it was my tabs expired or something. It was like.
Oh, interesting.
So the
and I was
DMV
like,
made you come back.
yeah, and I thought, well, I don't know what else to do. And another crazy thing that happened when I was there is that I found an actual like casita that this old photographer named like Jeannie, who had like a severe bob and like all these kind of bronze sculptures outside. She was a chain smoker. She'd be like, come in, let me show you the lease. It was very like wealthy hoarder. You know, you walk in, you're like, oh, you're an artist who, like, probably someone commissioned her to sculpt something and she's been living off that for years or something. But she had a casita, and I signed a lease for her casita because I did think I'm going to live here permanently, and this is how I'm going to deal with the tabs thing. And my second night there, I was on the phone with a friend. Swarms of mice
Oh my god.
crossing through the kitchen.
Oh, like how many mice are in a swarm?
Swarms. I'm 20.
Ugh.
Jesus.
I don't know what plural of mice is. I know it's not meese.
I think the plural of mice is mice. What do mice come in?
It is.
What's the collective name for mice? Like a gaggle of mice, a swarm,
Let's see.
a carpet of mice,
A carpet of mice.
a harangue of mice.
A harangue of mice.
Looks like just a horde
A horde of mice.
or
Okay.
a mischief.
Oh,
That's just cute.
because they were wearing aprons and they did have little
Wands.
yeah, they had monocles. They were mischievous. So I remembered that when I'd gone to sign the lease, she started unplugging these things from the walls, and I later realized those were the
Sonic things that
Sonic
do
things.
not
Why
work,
would she take
by
them
the
out?
way.
Wait, why?
Because maybe she didn't want Lizzy to
don't
know there was a swarm of mice.
Leave them in.
Yeah, I don't think those things work though.
Yep.
That's weird. Okay, so then you didn't. So were you like, no, thank you?
I said I have to leave. I'm sorry, and then
Did you tell her why?
yes,
And what did she say about that?
she was nice.
Did she say, did she acknowledge
Yes.
that she's aware?
Yes, I actually had friends in Santa Fe at the time, and so I stayed with them for. I stayed in another casita. I feel like it was just like the season of casitas for me.
A casita being like is like a guest house?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guest house. And so I stayed there. I wrote her an email, and she was like, that's fine. So I had to go drive to pick up all my stuff because I had fully moved in there.
Oh, God. Wait, was it the first night?
It was like the second night.
Oh, that sucks.
So I went to pick up all my stuff, and on my way there, I blew a tire out on one of the like rocky, on this gravel road. And I was just like, this is insane. Like,
Now, did you ever consider dealing with the mice by dumping a bunch of snakes in the house? 'Cause that would have.
That would have helped.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but I guess that's pretty common there.
Yeah. You guys, can I tell you something that I learned about snake charming?
I was hoping you would.
Do you guys already know?
Well, I do.
Yeah, you do, because we discovered it together. And my memory of this was jogged because we went to Disneyland yesterday, which, speaking of mischievous mice, which I'll get into. But, okay, so you see someone playing like a flute, and then the snake is up and kind of like doing like a little snake dance as if charmed. It's not charmed. That is a defensive posture. Snakes are deaf, first of all, which if you think about it, where are their ears, But birds hear and you can't see their ears. Snakes don't hear, either don't hear well or don't hear. But it's when you like waggle your flute at them, they just think it's something coming at them. So that thing that they're doing when they go, this is a dark story. When they go back and forth, it's just defensive. But then also snake charming has been outlawed in a lot of places because it's really uncool to the snakes. And the people who do it will like remove their teeth or sew their mouth shut, or like maybe not all of them, but it's a dark hobby. And I know how we found this out. I was such a Debbie Downer. Daniel was like watching something and he's like, that's so cool how the snakes just react to the music. Like how they really like it. And then I'm like, or something so sweet and innocent. Like, isn't it neat how snakes
God, like
just
those
love
videos
music?
of people playing jazz for cows.
Yes.
Well,
If you know what's really happening there is no. So anyway, I looked it up and then I depressed both Daniel and me, and now I thought I could give that gift to the rest of you. So anyway, wait, I have not seen a video of jazz and cows, but I would like
really?
to. Yeah.
Look up playing jazz for cows. They
Volume 1.
it.
Oh my God.
Do you have
What
like
kind of
experimental jazz, or is
So
it like smooth
many-
jazz?
And I think honestly, they might just like music. I mean, imagine living on a pasture and never hearing music,
Jazz.
and then suddenly it's for some reason, or people will bring like an upright bass, and the cows will just stand there and listen.
Oh my God, it's live
and they'll
music. I love
follow.
that.
Like if your car has jazz and you stop, they'll like and drive slowly. They follow the jazz.
That's adorable. They are.
love
That's
it.
what Snake Charming wants to be.
That's interesting. So the snake is responding more to something visual.
Yes. A perceived
Someone told
threat.
me recently that dogs, their vision works mostly better when you're moving. When there's a
interesting.
moving object.
With dogs, that's interesting. I know that some dogs are like sight hounds, and then some dogs are not.
Sight hounds.
Are you a
Some
caninologist?
dogs, yeah. Some dogs
I'm
have
a
better
sight hound.
vision.
I love sight.
Like a coon hound.
Yeah,
but for sight.
exactly.
So anyway, back to Owen. He at Disneyland yesterday, he wanted to come home to make a video. Owen is a YouTuber. He has a private channel. He has 2 subscribers. He'll tell you that he's a YouTuber. He'll be like, he doesn't understand that it's private, which is, for his safety. But he'll go places, and he hasn't done this in a while, but sometimes he'll be like, I wonder if I'll get recognized. And like, he'll be like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. And he'll introduce himself as such. So he wanted to come home and do a video. We got home late last night. So then this morning he wanted to do a video. And when he wants to do a video, he wants me to film him the entire time. I have introduced a tripod, but I still have to be there to...
And no one else.
And it has to be me. So I had to get ready for this show. So I was like, how about I'll start it? And
They say when you perform, like, imagine someone you're performing to, and for him, it's you.
I guess so. I'll start it, and then
You can only perform to mommy.
Grandma can come. His concern is that someone be there to turn it off when he's done, because he can't come around and turn it off because the camera will see him. And I'm like, we can just cut that out. No. So Grandma or Daniel could turn it off, and then also Daniel, he wants to know if we have a microphone he can use. And I said, honey, the microphone's in the phone. He's like, but something so my voice doesn't sound so echoey. And I'm like, well, we don't have a lavalier mic, but we can get you one. He's like, what about one of your microphones for your studio? And I'm like, those don't. He's really, he does have
You
a
guys
sense.
just have a boom mic person in your home at all times. You have an extra
Oh
family
my
member.
God, that would be amazing.
I was trying to
Actually-
explain to him how he's like. I was like trying to explain that we don't have enough time to do this because he was throwing a tantrum, and he's like, well, mommy always has enough time to do her shows, and
I did say to him this morning, like, honey, this is my job.
like, it's not fair. Well, and I said, yeah, that's what I said. I said that's how mommy earns a living, and then he didn't know what that meant, and so I explained, that she gets paid, and she pays, like Tony to be here, and.
Did you explain that things used to be a lot more booming for my podcast, and it's kind of thin times now? But that
No.
sort of has to do with how the industry is structured.
And he was like, well, how do he just didn't understand how most YouTubers don't make that much money. He thought all YouTubers made money. He thought
Is
I think he
thinking
thinks
that he makes money.
I think he thinks he's like what he's like it doesn't make any sense. Why do they do it?
Look,
Wait,
we're
why
in
are they
the same
doing it?
boat as Owen.
Wait, if they don't make money, he was
Yes.
asking that? Oh, but he thinks he makes money. Like this. Is
I don't know what he thinks, honestly. The whole thing is a nightmare.
So he wants to know why they do it if they're not making money.
Right.
How does he think he's monetized? With his merch?
He doesn't. Well, he is trying to get merch.
Look, there are some things I'm like, I wish I would have started 2 years ago.
Right.
So
He's starting very young. So Disneyland was a bit of a disaster yesterday. Allow me to explain. Elliot loves theme parks, like most children. Owen hates noise. He hates crowds. He hates every time we take him to Disneyland, I say, he didn't enjoy that. We didn't enjoy.
He wants to
having
leave
him
halfway
there.
through.
Yeah, I mean, he's my child. I love him. I enjoy him. But like, the experience was made more difficult because we dragged Owen along and he didn't want to go. Like, I've been pushing for not bringing Owen to theme parks since he was tiny.
It's interesting. I would almost guess
The opposite?
The opposite.
What
No,
they are.
Oh,
no,
no,
Owen's like
no.
a small old man.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
So-
a split screen here of them, like in their 20s or 30s. Elliot's like at Coachella, and Owen's like sitting in a silk robe
Yes,
in a
Oh.
library.
exactly.
Yeah.
Surrounded by like solar system models.
Yes.
Yes.
So we were like, Elliot. In a weak moment, we were in Hawaii. We just got back like a couple weeks ago. While we were there, we agreed to take Elliot this summer, and I was like, "Great! While I'm recovering, you guys can go." And Daniel said, "No,
Nope.
you have to go." So we had to do it basically yesterday. So we were thinking, Grandma can take Owen to the Lego store or something like that. Like, he'll love that. He's not going to want to go.
We had made the assumption
made
he'd
a
remember how much he
Gross
hates the last
miscalculation.
experience.
Yeah.
So he insisted that he wanted to go. He like bursted. Elliot, it was very sweet because Elliot's been like, what if Owen wants to, like, Elliot's really been concerned about the Owen effect on his Disneyland trip.
The Owen.
But then Owen like started crying, like, I want to go, and then Elliot was like, I mean, what if we just, what if he just comes? Which I thought was empathetic of Elliot. So we took him. We took 2 cars in case at the end of the day.
Or a middle day.
Well,
midday.
but I was picturing like, he's not gonna, at least we're gonna make, like, maybe 2 of us leave at like 4 or 5 and the other ones leave at like 7 or 8 or something.
Right.
We get there, it's like 12:30 p.m. and Owen's like, I want to go home.
Yeah, we'd been there for maybe an hour.
Yeah. And I said, Owen, honey. He's like, but I thought you brought your car so that I could go home, whatever. And I'm like, honey, we just got here. That's like, if, that was like who didn't even want to come. I didn't say that part, but like, I don't want to leave yet. Like, we just got here. Mostly I'm just thinking like, it costs $746 for us all to get in. We're going to have fun, damn it. So...
Had he been
yeah.
on rides at that point, or?
He'd been on Small World.
Oh, I thought you said Spa World.
Spa World,
Right.
yeah.
I honestly, they should do.
They should do a Spa World. Yeah, no. You've been on Small World. So that went on.
Does Disney have a spa?
Actually, though,
Disney should have a
People
spa.
would be like, "I want my ashes dumped in Spa World." People-
That's a whole thing.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes. Everyone wants
Wants their ashes.
If
Disneyland.
if Disney had a spa, like, could you get a massage from like Goofy?
That is so creepy.
I know.
That would be amazing.
So funny.
I would love that.
Who would be the creepiest character to get a massage? Captain Hook.
Oh my.
Well, that would be the most uncomfortable.
Maybe.
Or maybe
Creepy.
he'd be an acupuncturist.
Right.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
The big hands, like.
So we were like,
Right.
at the very least, Owen will now remember that he didn't have a good time. And next time it'll be easier because he won't be
Right.
begging to go because he did not enjoy his time at Disneyland. So we're now trying to leave at like 8 o'clock, but Elliot is hungry. Daniel and Owen had had giant corn dogs just a little while before because we kind of split up.
Well, hold on. So, like, the whole thing was Allison didn't want to go, and I insisted
Uh-oh.
because I needed some adult company.
Uh-oh. I feel like I know where this is going.
And so we do Small World, and then we did Mickey's Runaway Railway, which was a new ride that I was really wanting to go on.
It's really cool.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. And the
wouldn't
cartoons
know.
that it's based on, I absolutely love those Mickey Mouse
I think
cartoons.
I went on this.
It's in
Did you
the
go
new
recently?
revamped Toontown.
I think I went on this.
It's like you're inside the cartoon, and everything is
Yeah.
like
Yes.
It's like new, like 2 or 3 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe,
yeah,
something like that.
it's so cool.
Everyone's been
it's
on
so
it.
cool.
Okay.
Anyway,
You liked that one?
I did, but I just love the.
Sounds lame, right? You didn't like it?
I had a very privileged experience there with a guide. I went with a group.
Ooh.
We
How
had a
did you get that? Because I
guide.
watched those yesterday, and I was like, "How do you get to be that person?"
We
spend
went with
money.
a celeb,
Oh, look at you.
and
We don't
He
get to find
took
out who it
us-
was, do we? Off mic.
off mic, yeah. And the guide was obsessed with telling us about hidden Mickeys. the entire day. I think someone maybe
People
brought
are
it up.
so into that.
And this guy, he was so nice. And I don't want to complain because I can't even believe I got to have this kind of Disney experience. I'm not really
So
a Disney
you got the real hidden Mickeys.
person. But I was like every minute, like, there's a hidden Mickey. There's
Yeah,
a
they're
hidden
all over.
Mickey. There's a hidden
But what's the
Mickey.
fun if
And
someone's
I
pointing
sat
out?
next to him on that ride, and it was hidden Mickey.
Oh, so you couldn't
finale.
even-
It was like the fireworks display of hidden Mickeys. I'm just like, okay.
Could he be on the
no more
spectrum? And
hidden Mickeys.
could he be on the spectrum? And that's just like his thing, hidden Mickeys. Maybe he just.
I
is
think
I don't.
obsessed with-
I think he was genuinely trying his best to do a good job, and he
Sure.
did a great job. But also, anywhere there are 3 circles is a Mickey.
Right,
It's like
right.
the Olympic symbol could be a jumble of hidden Mickeys.
It's
My
true.
breasts and my head could be a hidden Mickey. It is everywhere, and so I don't need to know when there are 3 circles.
Although I will say, most of the hidden Mickeys are just the 3 circles. In that queue for that ride, there's a popcorn machine. There's a popcorn machine, and Elliot had seen a video, and he pointed out, and there are these 2 kernels of popcorn
God.
that are more than just 3 circles. They're like perfect. They had sculpted them to be perfect heads, and I thought that was kind of neat. But otherwise,
Lizzie already knows.
oh,
She
I know
saw it.
she knows. But anyway, go
So
ahead.
anyway, go back to your story about how I betrayed you.
Oh, that was my story.
A story of betrayal feels like a hidden Mickey.
So then, while I'm on that ride, that's when Owen has his meltdown. wanting to go home.
Colossal meltdown. My head hurts so bad because we were sitting in this AstroTurf area, and it's like MICKEYMOUSE doot 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 doot. And I know this because we had a toy that used to play it. So it's just playing this over and over, and I can hear it like I'm in front of a bush, and it's like coming out of the bush, and it's also really hot. So Owen's like, I want to go home. I can at home. I'm like, what do you want to do? He's like, I want to rest on the couch, and he wants to do his projects, and my head hurts so bad, and he's just like no.
All
having a
right, you're
giant
really
meltdown.
turning it on. Look at you.
I want
You're trying to prejudice the audience
I
against
want it to
me
be
in the
clear
story.
why I felt that I
Okay,
needed help.
so we get out of so the ride said like 25 minutes or something, but then we get like right up there and it stopped. Something was wrong, and so we ended up. It took a lot longer.
I circumnavigated the park like 3 times
Right.
while we were waiting.
So then we
Owen
finally
wanted
get
to-
out. Allison's got that look in her face. Just like,
No, it was a like, please help me.
no, it wasn't. And okay, so then we go to the next ride, and it's like, all right, why don't Allison and Elliot, basically all the rides Elliot wanted to go on, Owen wouldn't go on rides, so someone had to stay back with Owen. And so Allison went on the next ride because she couldn't handle being around Owen. Presumably Owen being that way, cool for me to be around.
No.
Anyway.
Allow me to explain. The second you arrived, it was like he was a
Right.
cow and you were Jazz.
Right.
The second you arrived, he calmed down. So I was like, aha, Daniel has a magic
That's
touch.
what it is. It's not that you wanted to go on rides. Why would it be that? So then we go on the whole rest of the day. It's just like every ride is Allison and Elliot. Thunder Mountain, Pirates, Haunted Mansion, Indiana Jones.
You and Owen had a good thing going.
And I had to manage Crazy Man.
He didn't want to go on Haunted Mansion.
Too scary. It is pretty scary. It's also loud. Like it's surprising how loud these
The
rides are.
child is not like Disneyland. I'm telling you, he's just
No, we have
So-
we're cursed. Like one kid obsessed with
Oh
Disneyland,
my God,
other kid
obsessed.
not.
You can do the whole Haunted
Although,
Mansion.
okay, so by the end of the
Oh
day,
yeah,
so it's a whole day of this, and
a
then
whole
at
day, and then at the end,
the sun is going down. I'm convinced it's that it was really hot because as soon as the sun starts to go down, we're on Main Street. We're heading out. We decide to grab a bite, and it's a whole
Elliot's
thing.
hungry, and like Owen's like, no, I just want to go home. And I get
Every
them
time
this,
we're like,
it's called like a kids power pack.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Every time we're saying like, let's go to this restaurant or this for dinner, he's just no. And like, I there was one point I forget where we were. Elliot is. I think it was like Elliot was getting. He's getting autographs from Mirabelle and
Someone else.
the older sister, the strong sister from Encanto, and Owen is like, there's like a line.
Oh yeah.
And I look back and Owen's screaming. He's like, "No more rides, no more. We need to go home right now." And the woman
Character?
and the Wrangler,
Oh, yeah.
just starts dying. And I'm like, I bet you don't see that very often. The kid like, "No more rides. I want to get the fuck out of here." And
And he's like, "Daddy!"
yeah, so anytime it was like, well, maybe we could hit this restaurant on the way out. No! So it was just like, oh, well, what can we do fast? And we're like heading towards Main Street, and there's like that little hot dog restaurant right on the corner, and where the Dapper Dans play. And so we grab what you were talking about,
Yeah,
a
like
power pack.
hot dogs in like a little power pack, which has carrots, whole grain, goldfish, and like a little, they call it a yogurt smoothie. And it's like a little Danimal yogurt thing. So I get this for Elliot because Owen had just had the world's largest corn dog, but then he wants it. So I go in and get it for him. No.
I
You
went.
did.
You guys.
Wow.
That's right. I forgot about that. So then I go back in to pick up Elliot's hot dog or something, and I come back, and now you tell me what had happened while I was gone.
Owen had drank the Danimals, and he was telling me how happy he was to be there. He loved Disneyland. He wanted to stick around.
Didn't he say?
He said
all I needed was food.
all I needed was food. He goes, "Elliot, good news. You can go on some more rides." And we were like, Allison had hit a wall.
I
We were
was like,
not doing more rides.
I was like, and I say this in jest, well, stick a fork in me. And then I said, stick another fork. I was so done that you had to stick another fork in me.
Right.
I was
Oh my
like,
God.
I couldn't, my eyes were crossing.
Yeah.
And good news, we can go on more rides. And then
He was
he
up
said,
and he was
he's
running
like, I don't
around.
want to, he wanted to go to 3 shops and then we can
And
go
this
home.
is yogurt? The
Yes,
power
it
of
was
yogurt?
yogurt.
And you can't even use a fork.
I know.
Can't even stick a fork.
So we were like, what is the deal with this Danimal drink?
Wait.
Is
I don't
there-
know, but I already bought some.
I mean, is this
Did
the
he-
magic sauce?
Did he actually say
It's like
though,
his
it turns-
spinach, you know?
Did he say it turns out I was just hungry?
Yeah, but he had just
No, but I'm
had
saying,
a
did
whole
he-
meal.
But did he say that?
Yes.
I've never heard stick a fork in me.
Oh, you
I think
haven't?
I'm just
Stick a
kinda
fork
stuck
in
on
me.
that a
I'm
little
done.
bit. Wow. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm done because
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so then we head out, you know, we have time. By the way, the crowds were very light. It was actually a good day to go
Yeah.
to Disneyland. We got, I'm not going to brag. We got Minnie Mouse's autograph. We got Goofy's autograph and the big enchilada himself,
Mickey.
Mickey Mouse.
Hell yeah.
And Owen was so proud of Elliot when he got the signature
Oh my
from
God.
Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
What did he
What did
say?
he say?
He said, like, "That's my brother," or
No, he said like,
"Way to go, brother."
good job, my brother.
Oh shit!
And Minnie Mouse, let me tell you.
so nice.
Minnie Mouse, delightful. She is a delight.
Now, Elliot got starstruck though, right?
So when
was
he met
meeting the characters.
Yes, Elliot's so funny because he met some stormtroopers earlier, and the stormtroopers are like,
Oh.
"Hold on." You know, they have the whole routine that
Yeah.
they do, and they're like, "Are you here for adventure or for mischief or whatever?" And he's like frozen. He goes, "Can we just get a picture?"
It's like you don't need to do whatever this is.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah. Anyway, and then when the Encanto duo was there, was it Luke?
It doesn't matter.
Well, I know, but it's like,
I want to hear about these Dapper Dans.
oh well,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
tell. So,
What was
but
that-
Mirabelle,
what was that set? What do they sing?
they do
Mr.
barbershop
Sandman?
quartet.
Yeah.
So Mirabelle is like asking, "So who are you here with?" And he's just like,
Oh, Mirabelle.
From Encanto.
Encanto.
Oh, this
and
is-
and he's just like, because we listened to the music, and so I think he's a little starstruck. and she's like, "Are you here with your dad?" And he's like, and she's like, "You don't remember?" And he shook his head. And so afterwards, he's like, "I couldn't really hear them." And I think it was because the blood like rushes to his head. He got so nervous, like it's like he had a hard time.
Also, aren't they talking through a costume?
No,
Yeah.
no, those were face characters.
They're higher up
Oh,
than he is,
okay.
though.
Got
I
it.
mean, I could hear them, and I was 6 feet away. He just was
Okay.
really nervous.
So then we're in the car home. I have Owen at this point, and he's like, well, that was a fun day. I'm like, oh, fuck.
I know, because we were hoping the whole time.
The only upside was that he'll realize he doesn't enjoy it.
Yeah, the whole time we're taking moments to remind him how miserable he is. Like we're like, do you
Please
notice how much you hate this?
Remember this next time.
Remember how much you hate this? You hate Disneyland. Disneyland's no fun to you. Remember? Do you? So that like the next time he'll be like, yeah, I hate Disneyland. I don't want to go. Nope. By the end of the day, he's like, that was a great day.
Yeah.
I love
Well, that was
Disneyland.
fun.
That was
We had a
fun.
fun day.
We're just like, eh.
You know who hates Disneyland?
Me.
Me.
I know they say wait till you have kids. Disneyland is going to be so great, and I want to find the people that said that and be like,
was
it
way
is
more
the
magical without
exact
kids.
fucking opposite.
Yeah, right.
Disneyland is so much better
More
without
fun.
kids.
But Disneyland, children don't improve it, is my experience. Yes. Now the Dapper Dans, I never saw them.
We were one step ahead of the Dapper Dans. I heard them being announced as we were leaving. They do barbershop quartet versions of famous Disney songs. Pretty much, it's
And what do they
whole
wear?
thing. They wear straw hats. Each one has like a different kind of pastel color, maybe like
It's like basically
overalls.
kind of like the barbershop quartet look. isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that classic sort of Main Street barbershop quartet look.
Do you know about them because your name is Daniel?
No, I know about them because Tony knows about them,
Yeah.
right?
I thought it was one of those things everybody knew.
Yeah.
Lizzie, do you know about them?
I saw them.
At
I
the,
believe I saw them.
excuse me.
I'm like, yeah, I know them personally.
I have
I opened for them.
there's one more complaint I would like to register about Disneyland.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
not about me? Or about me?
Maybe I can find a way to tie it to you. So they have this whole thing, and I don't know the price or whatever, where little girls, it's very cute. They can go to the like Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique or whatever, and they can get a whole princess makeover where they get their hair done, they get a whole dress, makeup. I saw a few of these girls, adorable. They really think they're fucking Cinderella. Like you're not fucking Cinderella. You're just a fucking little girl. And no, but then they can go to this whole. So they do that. Then they go to this whole other location where there's like a carriage, and they can get a photo opportunity.
I had
And
two different experiences because I was not aware of this.
well, you were going on rides, so I was busy trying to make do.
Researching.
And I was like, that's really cool and special for those little girls. There's not anything comparable for boys.
Daniel's a boys' rights activist.
Well, I just thought like Disney, can't you think of anything?
Yeah,
Like if I was a
Prince
little boy, I don't
Charming
care.
experience.
But if I was a little boy and I had a sister and the sister got to have that, what do I get? You get a fucking kick in the nuts.
But
You know what I
don't
mean?
men, like boys, like cars and stuff?
Well, then do that. How about like
But
a...
what are you saying? But it's not carriages? Carriages
I'm not saying it would be that,
transportation.
but maybe
No,
the's like...
he's saying that
I'm saying
like,
there
little
isn't
girls
anything in
can
the
have
park
princess
at all
experience.
comparable for
To
little
the-
boys to that. There's no experience you could get for a little
Where they
boy.
can have a
There's
little
the
Oh, the makeover.
well, yeah, not a
Oh my
makeover,
gosh.
but like you can
It's okay.
you can build a lightsaber. I think it's
But little
super
girls could get
expensive.
that too.
True.
I'm just saying, like,
Demands
that's a
more
pretty
time.
special thing for a little girl to have at Disneyland, and there isn't a thing you could do for a little boy if a little boy is into
Yeah,
Disney.
there really aren't very many male makeovers.
Or like, oh, you get to wear a costume, and like, because there is that like Sword in the Stone thing, and it's like maybe you could be like King Arthur and then pull the sword out of the stone or something.
I mean, if there was an opportunity, I know a little boy who would do it in a heartbeat.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know a little boy who'd be into that, but there's nothing I could get for him.
Yeah.
You're talking about Owen, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, yes. After a yogurt.
And it's just weird that Disney would, maybe they just couldn't think of anything, because it's weird that Disney would leave a single penny on the fucking table. That place, there's this thing, like, it's like a key because it's the 70th anniversary, and it's like crazy expensive, and you just go around the park and there are these keyholes, and you stick it in and it makes a sound, and it's like you stick it in and it goes because that's Mickey Mouse's boner because he just made a whole bunch of money, and you go around getting it, and then and then you get like a little tiny pin. It's like the biggest waste of money, but everybody has them. Like they have thought of every single way of squeezing money out of you, but they don't have anything for boys. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Wow.
Thus concludes Daniel's Disneyland segment.
You're acting like I wrote it.
No, that was from the heart.
I just had to get it out.
Lizzy,
Yes.
so you put us in contact with Taylor. Oh my God! Every fucking time I try to say Taylor Williamson, it comes out Taylor.
How was that?
We've had him on twice. We love him, and we love his dog.
Oh, little Betty.
Brought
Oh my
Betty.
God.
Yes, he brought her in a backpack and
Oh my
kept her
gosh.
hidden for the half of the first show. I noticed that he brought his backpack outside when we took a photo, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay. And then, halfway through, he's like, I have a 6-pound dog in my backpack. And Jeff and
I thought he was kidding.
Daniel thought he was joking, but I had seen his social media, so I knew there was a good chance it was true, and it was.
I love Betty.
She's so cute.
I told him to name her Jewel because she was raised in a car, or she was living in a car. Like
Oh,
when
That's
they
hilarious.
found her.
that's pretty good.
But yeah, she's so cute. How?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually was hoping to get him on today too, because I still want to
my
have you guys on
gosh.
together. But he was unavailable, but he does want to do the show soon.
Yeah, I would love to see him.
Lizzy, Daniel and I, and possibly Tony too, but I don't think so, need to ask you a question, which is we've recently gotten spray tans.
Oh, ask away. I'm mid journey right now.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Our spray tans, I think they've worn. I mean,
I think they have. That was a month ago.
No, I was looking at my hand and it still has color, but that could be actual color. I
Did
don't
you
know.
all go together?
Not Tony. But Daniel and I did.
we
But
were
I
just about to go
remember-
to Hawaii, and so we were like, I don't want to inflict this pale body on
Yeah.
the unsuspecting.
Okay.
I remember you saying that a while ago, you wanted to get a white duvet maybe or white sheets or
Right.
something. And a friend of yours was like, Lizzy, you like to tan. And so I'm like, and Lizzy always does look tan.
Right.
So you also are a fellow spray tanner.
That is
right?
so funny because last night I actually put on Tanologist knowing I might have to have my picture taken.
What is tanologist?
Now, this is the newest development in my tanning journey. So
Okay.
I used
Yeah.
to do Versa,
Which is?
which is no. Did you guys have someone spray
Yes.
you?
We did, yes.
But Daniel has
Well,
purchased a
I
number
have
of
gotten
potions
some
and
lotion.
mitts.
I got some stuff before we decided to do that because I thought, just even out the farmer tan is what I wanted.
Right.
I didn't want to like look like I was bronze, but just like a little bit. And
wanna look bronze.
no, I actually didn't.
Okay.
We went to the spray tanner. I was like so dark. It was so weird. I was like, whose body is this? Because it's not even the right color. Like
You mean
when I
afterward
tan,
you were
after I got the spray tan, it's like this is my arm here. Like that's the color I'm used to when I tan.
so you had no freckles.
I did,
When
but
you
it was
were-
like
when she was done.
a slightly different hue.
Yeah.
So it was weird.
Like an
it was like
unnatural one.
that's not my body. That's just a very odd.
Now, are you talking about after you
After.
washed it off
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
So
Okay.
did you get it with or without bronzer?
with?
With
We
bronzer.
we
okay.
weren't given the option to get it without.
I think when they spray it, that might be the only option is with bronzer.
So they can
Because
see it.
If you do it in the machine, there's a machine called Versa
Oh, okay.
where it's like, put your left foot on number 1 and your right foot on number 2. Now, and then it gives you like directions of.
Is
how
it
move
easy to
your hands
follow?
and stuff.
Easy enough.
Yes.
Okay.
You're not going to end up like Ross.
Ross.
I used to have a joke about it where because you could do 3 levels where I'd be like, level 1, you will be tan but a fortnight and wish you had chose another one. Level 2, you will walk among the commoners and live to tell the tale. And level 3, eternal beauty. And then I say when you get in there, you have to get naked except for hairnets. You just feel like an insecure lunch lady. This is on my album, guys. Organism available.
Get it. Lizzie is great.
So you,
But,
you wear a hairnet?
Yes. So when you go in there, you're naked except for a hairnet, and you put blocking lotion
Oh,
on
okay,
your
yeah.
palms of your hands and the bottoms of your feet. I say this, by the way, as one whose natural skin color is lavender. So I'm just cutting the lavender. I'm simply cutting the eggplant when I add a little orange, which they are opposite on the color wheel.
Yeah, it's good. Now you're just gray.
Now I'm gray. I actually probably am because I'm on so little sleep tonight. But yes, so you go in and then it's almost like I'm trying to think of what this position
Like Egyptian?
Are we referring to the
Walk
dance
like an
by the
Egyptian.
bank?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, one arm up and one down, and then the back. You do the back, kind of Tetris-y, actually.
Is it cold? The spray.
You know what? I'm from Minnesota. I grew up in the
Okay.
hardened streets of
Come on,
Minneapolis.
Allison, for
That's a
God's
yes
sake.
then. That's a yes.
Not really.
Okay.
It's not really. I never think this is cold when
Okay.
I'm in there. Maybe in a colder month
Right.
when there's a natural breeze, perhaps they've left the door open, but I usually don't have that.
Okay.
Okay, so they do all that. You pose in weird ways.
And then it dries you. There's a blow dryer that comes
like a
on.
car
and
wash.
It's like, now face the fan, and then you do the back. Yeah, exactly.
Is it an even application?
Usually, my thing is I cry a lot.
Oh, so do you get streaky?
You can't cry.
No, so don't cry.
Okay.
You can't cry. Do you know what's crazy? I once went through a breakup. I've never done anything to my lashes. I went through a breakup after getting my lashes tinted.
Sorry.
And I was like, it's ruining my lash tint.
Oh. So is
and-
that without bronzer, Versa?
So Versa you can do with or without. So if
Now,
you
what's
do
the
it-
benefit? Yeah.
If you do it without, thank you for keeping me on my
Sure.
brain on track. This
I
is
mean,
good. We're
this is-
having, I feel like it's very free association.
Yes. That's how my
Um,
show is.
I love it. And without bronzer takes like, they say 6 hours to develop. If you get it clear is what they call it.
6 hours clear.
I think it's 6 hours, but they say don't take a shower for 6 hours or something like that. But it actually doesn't develop for me until the next day,
Oh, so you just
fully.
Okay.
And then I wake up and I have to deal with the shock of
Then your new
how
tone.
orange I look in photos compared to everyone else.
Okay, so that's Versa, which is a boot.
But wait, why do the
Versus
bronzer?
Booth. It's also called Mystic Tan, but I think
I've heard of
Mystic
that.
Is
now
bronzer just
Versa.
like in the meantime you can have some tan?
Yes.
Is that's the
It'll be immediate results, but some of it washes off in the shower. But I find with bronze, I think it might stay longer for me.
Oh, really?
But maybe I'm just bad at showering. I just miss a few spots.
Interesting. Okay, so that's your first. So that's
So-
Versa, and now where are you?
I
or what
think,
else have
by
you
the
done?
way, Versa works is it gets more of your body. I think there's some kind of magnetic component to Versa. Perhaps I might be making that up, or maybe I need to invent my own tanning.
Yes.
Mhm.
I do. In a way, I think it's bad for you because I think your skin as an organ needs to breathe. This is what I've been thinking about lately. So I've been kind of dialing it back. Also,
But it's not-
I have no reason to be. I feel like I'm kind of heading into tan mom territory a little bit.
I've never thought you were, but she was so wrinkled. She wasn't just tan.
Right. That's what I mean. I'm like, I saw the video of me that came out today. I'm definitely heading there. But, and then my friend told me about Tanologist. Now, this is a clear solution that's available at Target. I think actually this could have been a product pick. Weirdly, my product pick has to do with the name Owen.
I can't wait to find out what it is.
How is that?
Very by several degrees of separation.
Yeah.
When you were talking about it, I was like, oh, that kind of connects. Tanologist, I use a mitt and it's a mousse. And it kind of, I mean, it's pretty even, right?
Yeah.
I
And
used
it's
it last
natural
night.
looking.
I used it last night.
Now, how is that different than other tanning mousses?
They're streaky. They don't have the same effect. Like they're, I don't know. Tanologist is just better. It seems like it's more even.
Does it have a scent?
A little bit, yeah.
Like a bad one? Is that the
Not too bad.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not really sensitive to products because I think anything smells better than like working out.
I surprisingly though, I think I did get a little tan.
In Hawaii.
in
Or you-
Hawaii.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Interesting. Do you normally tan or?
it's really hard for me to tan.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think just being out by the pool every day for a week and a half with like tons of sunscreen, you still get
Some color, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's
It's hard to
another
not
thing you
get
can
burned
do.
in Hawaii.
I did get burned like the second day because I put a sunscreen on, and then Owen wanted to swim. He doesn't really know how to swim, so he was like hanging on my shoulders and just rubbed it all off. But I didn't think to reapply, and it was like I was like blistering. It was like so
it's
bad.
rough.
And
I've
I got
gotten bad
like
there a few
these
times.
weird dots, and it's some sort of like sun rash or something.
Oh
it was
my
really it
gosh.
sucked.
I know. I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm so bad in the sun in general.
Yeah.
I just can't handle it. But one other thing I want to tell you about the Versa is you can also ask for double legs.
That's where they go extra dark on your legs.
Extra dark on your legs because the skin is thicker on your legs.
Double legs.
So you can be like, can I
It's
get
like
a Versa
ordering
with double
crab
legs?
or
It totally
something.
does.
That's how my experience with self tanner is always like I'm two tone. Like I have it on my legs and I don't put it because I don't know how to really apply it to my upper body because I don't think I want it on my face. But then am I going to have a different color neck than my face? And then so I just put it on my legs.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and this last time when we got the spray tan, she didn't do my face, so I was a little two tone.
The only thing is like how quickly it wears off. It's like
Yeah.
you want it to be like you go through all that. You want it to be there for 2 weeks. It's like for me, it was gone in 4 or 5 days.
Tony, have you experimented with tanning?
I can't say that I have. I'm sorry.
Tony's got a rock star reputation. That's a pale look. That's not a tanned look.
Thanks.
No, that's actually true, and that kind of I'm kind of ashamed of it actually.
Of your
that I
tan?
do, yeah, a little bit, but I do think it makes my skin look better, and I don't have to wear makeup if I have a spray tan.
But I mean, almost like everybody around, like so many people do fake tanner. It's not like
Yeah,
it's some
I know.
niche thing.
I know.
And by the way, like here's the thing. In order to get a tan, I have to expose myself. Like I have very pale skin, of like reddish hair, and so it's like very dangerous for me to be in the sun. So, what are you laughing? I have literally,
My favorite musicians, I'm like, Joan Jett would have never gotten us.
I have literally had skin cancer.
I'm laughing.
You want me
I
to die of skin cancer, is what it is.
Listen, Daniel.
Can you believe this woman? What?
Flag that for follow up
I knew.
and DNA.
Yes.
Daniel.
What?
I am chuckling to myself at the extent of your explanations for why you have tanned. I'm not
Well,
laughing
it's
at
funny.
your
I
skin
do have
cancer.
this sort of like
Daniel is very
I have-
defensive about it.
I have an attitude about men doing self tanner that is based on a pre-Trump world where it's not a manly thing to do. But now we're living in a world where the most masculine man, arguably in the world,
Oh God.
puts orange paint on his face. I feel like anything is on the table
I
for
don't
men
think you
right
need
now.
to justify doing this.
But I do to myself.
Okay.
To myself.
But also to your mom.
My mom rolls her eyes so hard when I talk about self tanner.
Really?
Oh my God. I worry she's going to hurt herself. I have to give her some Excedrin after.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My mom, by the way, who would lay out in the sun, Tucson, with tanning oil while I was
Oh
a kid.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
To intensify the fucking sun.
My friend once who tanned naturally was like, let's lay out on tinfoil with Crisco on our
Yeah.
bodies.
Oh,
What the
God.
fuck?
I was bright red. I looked like a chili crisp.
Oh, ow.
Speaking of which, crisp. Speaking of crisp, the word CRISPR. Have you heard of this thing now?
Oh, yes.
CRISPR, the scissors that can cut your DNA. Or
Yes,
whatever?
it's like gene
Wait,
editing.
what?
Yes.
It's gene editing software or technology.
That took me
Yeah,
in many
they-
places.
CRISPR.
They've literally, well, I was thinking about it when you were talking about BRCA because I was wondering, I wonder if we'll eventually be able to,
Get rid of that.
What, to like
Get
trim
rid of
off
certain-
things you
yeah.
don't want from your DNA?
including like certain diseases and Alzheimer's and things.
Yeah. Didn't they do it in either a mouse or just in some cells in a lab? They had some kind of breakthrough, which is weird in this time to be even having any kind of breakthroughs.
There's no E in it.
Yeah.
It's like Grinder,
Yeah.
but for Chris. I read something where they were able to like trim out some kind of bad something in the DNA. But then does that mean that you have to like get it when it's an embryo? I think you'd have to do it when it's an embryo, because at this point, imagine how many little snips would have to happen to cut out disease from all of my cells.
They'd have to like get to the stem cells or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, create the cells. I don't know.
Or the marrow. I don't know enough about cells at this point. Tony, are you a
or at any
geneticist?
point?
No, I just was trying to look it up, and just the very quick explanation just says it is a revolutionary gene editing technology derived from a bacterial immune system.
I bet it is on embryos. Like if you know you have genetically thing, whatever, you can snip it out, right? Yeah, that's going to be a thing probably in our lifetime, which is people doing genetic engineering on their babies.
Our lifetime, you think?
I think it'll be sooner than everything seems to be accelerating way quicker than anyone
it really
projected.
does feel that way.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
I've been feeling that especially lately. Like it feels like robots are taking over. I saw one of the little delivery things last night, a delivery robot in Santa Monica. I went to a sound bath last night.
How was it?
It was really interesting. I went with Annie Letterman
Mm-hmm.
and a few of our other friends, and we did breathe. It started with breath work, which makes me a little nervous sometimes because,
Like you're going to hyperventilate?
yeah, or just I don't know. Like I think because I had Lyme, and I still have this thing called POTS, which is
I didn't know you have that. I've seen TikToks about it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What's POTS?
Postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. It's like dysregulated.
Does it mean that like your heart tachycardia is like your heart beating really fast,
Yes.
right?
So like when I stand up, sometimes I'm just like stars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I actually passed out in February. I don't know if I've been here since then. I passed out at work pretty much on camera.
Oh
Like
my
I was like,
God.
oh my God, I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out. I was reading a teleprompter.
Were you like dressed up as the astrology lady?
Yes.
Sorry.
That is so funny. I was. Wait. Was I that day? Yes, I think I was. I was dressed up as astrologer Lady Lasagna.
Oh God! And you passed out. Were you
And
okay?
I was like, oh my gosh. Well, what I did was it's weird because I went to urgent care and they were like, you have walking pneumonia, but
oh, geez.
they didn't test it in any way. I had a very low grade fever and I had been sick, but I knew it was a mix of it because I've felt this way with POTS before. And I started to, I pretended I dropped something. So
You
I
hit
could
it?
go, so I could sit down for a second. I was like, oh, sorry, hold on just 1 second. Hoping it would like something would change in my body if I could move.
Right.
Because part of it was like, I can't stand still right now.
Yeah.
If I'm walking, I don't get it. But if I am standing still, like in a line or something, I start to feel very woozy.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
But
inconvenient or
I can't even
disruptive.
remember why I thought of
Because you were breathing.
Your sound bath.
Sound bath breathing.
So the sound bath, it was like take a breath from your stomach, then in your chest, and then breathe out. So like,
Oh, yeah.
and I got super lightheaded. It was interesting because before the sound bath, he was like, some of you it's going to be emotional. He was like, and some of you, your hands are going to go like this, like lobster claws. He showed
Jeez.
us. He was like, don't worry, like that'll all release toward the end.
Like
I
your
guess-
muscles will contract in your hands.
Yes.
like something to worry about, but what do I know?
Right.
You're
And
all
I'm
going to have a
like,
neurological event.
yeah, what are you,
And
PhD of soundscapes? Like what how
Right.
are you going to help me medically if something happens? So we did that. And then eventually I did get emotional. It was interesting because people in there were making noises like, I'm like, okay, you know,
or these are people that go there a lot, probably.
oh,
or-
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And you could tell the women who like set up their blankets in a certain way. It's like, you would live here if you could. Honey, you brought a carry-on, you brought a toothbrush.
Were these like people like you guys, or I'm picturing older Culver City ladies?
Yes.
It was
Yes.
that. Okay.
Very much so. And then a guy in a puka shell necklace was like, "Can I lay down next to you?" And I was like, "Oh, actually, I'm waiting for some friends. I guess you can't." I think I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But then another woman who looked exactly like the Kathy cartoon laid down her yoga mat. And I believe she had a pillow that said "believe" on it or something in cursive.
Was she frazzled?
She was actually very grounded. I would say a kapha, if I were to guess her Ayurvedic thing, which is like the grounded earthiness. So we did the thing, but then he was like, "No, scream." And when we screamed, I had tears like I had a very specific thought. And we had to go. This is the other thing. When I do go to a group thing like this, I don't like to share.
Oh, they make you share?
In the beginning, he goes, "Everyone go around and share your intention." And I lied about mine. I did have a secret intention.
What'd you say your intention? What was your fake intention?
Direction. Looking for direction.
My intention is intention.
I'm so lost. Yeah, my intention is intention. So then I had tears, and we were given these masks. And so it was like wet under this very unbreathable mask. And I had to be so nebbishy about a sound bath. I'm like, I wish the mask had been more breathable.
What was the mask for?
Just to block out the light, because it was like a place with like a lot of windows and stuff. And then the rest of it was just sound. And I didn't really respond to that part. I'm going to say I had a racing mind for the second.
The sound bath part? The actual sound bath part you didn't respond to.
Yeah, where I wasn't doing anything. I started to be like, okay, I started to feel a little like I need to escape. I think I needed to feel like I had to take action or something on my thoughts. Do you ever have that's happened to me while meditating? And also, I do morning pages every morning, and sometimes I try to write down what pops in my mind in the margin. I'll be like, call Megan, do the thing, remember, buy Earth Balance. But then sometimes I'm like, I just have to take care of that right now, and then I'll go back to the pages. Otherwise, I know I will not be able to center on the task at hand.
I was having, I don't know if I'll call it racing thoughts, but just trouble being present at Disneyland. Like and that happens to me every time I go to Disneyland. Like I'm in the dark, I'm on Pirates of the Caribbean. Now's the time to think about that one thing that Mom said when you were 12. What did you, and it's like, this is actually not the time for that. And so what I would do is I would try to be present, like focus on your senses.
Yes.
And so I'd be like, what does it smell like? And I didn't have to get further than just like, what does it smell like here? And that would kind of just, I think, the breathing, but also trying to think about the specific Disney smells. And actually I did. I thought about like the feel of the seat, on my legs and and I kept just bringing myself back to the present, which I thought was good. I didn't fully float away.
Yes. I think there are two things at play there. One, it is a nostalgic experience, and letting yourself play brings up a lot, but also I think I should be enjoying this more. Like, why am I not? I kind of had that at Disneyland. Like, what's wrong with me that I'm not tapped into this? And I'm just like, here I am being jostled on another chunk of plastic.
Two thoughts. One is I will focus on Elliot in those moments, because watching his delight is always, or Owen is always, brings me into the moment. So I have a theory about why people like these rides, and that is that like the dark rides, it started when I was in the dark ride. I'm like, oh, this is the experience of being in a stroller. So when you're like a little kid and you're being wheeled around, it's like a dark ride, and it's like, I feel like everything there, whether it's like a dark ride or whether even a roller coaster, it's just getting back to what it felt like when you were 2 and you were like always being led around in a stroller or thrown up in the air by your parents. It's just that infantilizing thing of just wanting as an adult to feel like that thing that you can't get anywhere else, of being like a little tiny child.
Is there a masochism to roller coasters and stuff, do you think? A little bit?
Masochism?
Of like a thrill seeking?
Yeah.
Because
I
there's
don't know
something
if
in me that gets charged as like why I was like kind of bad when I was young, that I think
Like a
about with
punishment.
roller coasters. Like, Like I would do any dare. Like, yes, I'll go on the roller coaster. Like that kind of.
Huh. I haven't, excuse me, thought
Maybe
of it.
haunted houses. Like,
I haven't thought of it as
Not scary.
masochism, but I think it is a thrill-seeking thing.
Yeah.
It's like wanting to. I mean, I was thinking about that when I did Thunder Mountain with Elliot, and he was having the best time but screaming the whole time. And I was thinking, like, there's few experiences in life where your body is like hurtled around space in this way.
that's
at
what I'm
that
saying. The
speed.
only other
Yeah.
experience you've had of it was when you were a little
And
baby,
This one was like
a
throwing you
toddler.
in the air. Yeah. I don't
Interesting.
know. I do think it is that nostalgia though. And like, cause I was thinking, why am I thinking about my mom so much? Which I know anyone who's listening is like, bitch, you've been thinking about your mom nonstop. But I did like feel like some grief. And I was thinking 6 months later, why now? But I do think it is because Disneyland, well, probably for everyone, it makes you feel like a child. So of course I'm going to
That's
think
my
about
point.
But
Yeah.
also, you're in the role of a mother.
that too.
But it's also something that you associate with your mom.
It
because
is
you
because
did
she used
that
to take
with,
us. Yeah.
You're like, and also my mom did work as a Disney.
She was a Disney
my-
character. Yeah, she was a character. I left that part out.
Did your mom like Disney or?
You know, it's funny. I think I'm going to write something about this. I don't know. She didn't loathe it like Daniel and I seem to. I grew up in Orange County, so it wasn't that far away. But even though it wasn't that far away, we didn't go that often. So I think that she had the same attitude that most adults taking little kids have, which is like, it's fun, but not for all the time.
Okay.
But she would always order a frozen chocolate covered banana. That was like her treat that she
Yeah.
would get. And I think that in my mind, it was like, oh, she really liked chocolate covered bananas. And then I began to wonder, did she actually like them, or did she order that because that was like healthier than an ice cream bar,
Yeah,
quote unquote?
do people actually like frozen chocolate covered bananas?
That's a question I have because I
Because-
don't. I mean, they're fine.
Because I'm always like, bananas are sweeter when they're not frozen. Like the flavor is, so you're not really getting much out of the banana.
It's also like,
It's the
hard to eat.
texture's not great. It's like, get
Yeah.
a fucking ice cream. Like, what? This is not a good treat. And like Balboa Island has made their bones on it. Like, it's all about the frozen
It's
fucking
the
chocolate covered bananas there.
Balboa
I
bar,
actually
though.
don't know if I agree with that. As it's not a good treat.
Okay, a
Okay.
defender.
All right, here we
Let's
go.
hear it.
Here we go.
You've got texture.
Okay.
It's somewhat healthy. Is it? I don't
But
know.
the
I think
flavor,
so. I
I'm just
mean,
like the
yeah.
flavor is just.
Oh. Okay, I haven't dipped into one in a while. No pun intended.
I mean, I found myself being like, damn it, I never had a chance to ask her, did you really like those chocolate covered
Right.
bananas? And now I never will. I mean, unless do
do you know anyone who's a medium?
I feel like, of course, Lizzie knows mediums.
Yeah.
Do I know anyone who is a medium? I'm obsessed with this woman named Jen Ward, actually, but I just read her book.
I
It's
mean,
called
imagine if I
Enlightenment
hired a
Unveiled.
medium just to tell me about my mom and the
You
bananas.
just think of all those like rando questions. Like, what was that? We found a piece of paper
Yeah.
where you said this. What did you mean?
I think it's time to say hello, excuse me, and welcome to the new patrons.
Allison wants to say thank you to a couple of special people out there who signed up to be new patrons. Patreon.com/AllisonRosen.
Hello and welcome to Jenny Barnard, to Bethany Warren, to Ann Dubas, to Tara Finnegan, to Christina Stevens, and to Randy Lawson. Hello, Randy, who has upgraded. Welcome. Thank you. I love you. The support means everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Patreon.com/AllisonRosen. Okay, let's do Just Me or Everyone.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
Lizzie, might you have one?
I've been dreaming of going back to a flip phone.
Oh, interesting. Tell us more.
I am just overwhelmed by my phone these days.
So you want the non-smartphone?
I think so. It's crazy because I'm like, I don't want any apps. And then I say to myself, but what about Instagram stories? It's like I do enjoy those because I kind of like being in the moment with that and creating on there. But some days I feel sickened. And when I see my overall screen time, I go, I should be reading a book. I should be, I know this is probably, a somewhat common feeling. And then, when you put it in a drawer or something, even the times that I do that when I write, because I used to I started actually for a while doing my morning pages in my car. And
that's
leaving
smart.
my phone inside because I just felt like, first of all, I love being in my car. It feels like kind of a meditative space. I'm alone in there, but also I just needed a break. But then I would have moments of panic, even while writing those 3 pages going, oh my God, oh, that's right. It's inside. And
it's a true compulsion.
Need to undo that. I feel a strong need to undo that. I feel like I'm kind of moving into a more writerly era of my life. I've always been a writer, but I've been putting together like a Substack and stuff like that I've been planning. And I just prefer
Substack.
I just prefer to be free of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I also am just like, I kind of feel like the era of like followers and going viral and all that is just, I know it still happens, but it doesn't feel as like powerful these days.
Yes. Is that us or is that it?
I wonder that
Because it does
too.
seem like there's so much less engagement on there.
Yeah.
I'm
I feel like
certainly way
both.
less engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I barely check Instagram at all. I just check for news. Honestly, I'm just like on X nowadays for news because it's better for news than the others, and that's it.
Yeah.
TikTok,
I'm just on Threads for masochism like Lizzie on the roller coaster. Yes, I too yearn to be free of my phone. And I too like I get a twitch in my hand. Like, where is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
It's compulsive and it's bad.
I've been feeling it a lot lately where I kind of have been longing for country life or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, do you watch And Just Like That at all?
Yes. Oh.
So we
yes.
went down.
We're a few episodes behind.
We've been watching Secret Lives of Mormon. Do you watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
No.
Oh my god. It's the best show ever.
I did watch a little bit of it. Is that the one with the TikTok?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm obsessed, but we've finished it. So now we're returning to the shows we had been neglecting, of which And Just Like That is one of them. And I've read a lot of stuff online about people being like, this is so awful, which I already thought Carrie and Aiden were awful. But we just watched the episode where she goes to Virginia and she's like, it's a little house on the Carrie. Ugh. But
I just want to say that show it makes me hate sex. Like
that is so funny.
It's so
it makes
true. It's so
sex
gross.
it makes
Ew.
sex cringe. Like every time they talk about sex, it's like your parents talking about. I'm always just like, oh, stop. Ugh. I don't know why. Like when Carrie's like, I'm touching. It's like, oh, stop. Just stop. Just stop.
That scene with Aiden spitting on his hand.
oh god,
Oh my god.
And then having a moment that was
Yes.
anally based.
Wait, what?
I could, you know what? There was a way.
That didn't happen.
Experienced.
Did it?
He shit himself.
Wait, what?
Well,
I
that
don't
might
think
be.
we've
We might
seen
not have
this
seen
yet.
that yet. But
Oh, I'm so sorry.
it's okay.
That's okay.
No, this
Wait,
is not a show.
Okay,
like
by
a
the way,
moment that was
spoiler,
anally based.
But did you see the licking of the hand?
I mean,
Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
thought, was it when he was in his car?
Yeah, and then he goes, I just shit myself a little.
Oh. Wait, no, I guess we did see this.
He's
I
in his truck.
I blocked it
He's
out.
in his
Yeah,
truck,
and then he like,
she's in bed and she's looking at the
oh,
cat.
and then he makes the car like honks,
and he goes, and then he goes, I just shit myself. I'm like, so you've now licked your hand,
Yeah.
masturbated, and shit. And I've had to look at a cat and think about. I'm just like,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
a lot.
way too
It's
much
a
in the
lot.
recipe.
yeah.
it's like
Take out some ingredients,
Right.
here.
like how do you cover those subjects and make it so unappealing, like unsexy? Like it's just so I hate it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Anyway, though, I was thinking, well, Virginia looks beautiful. So if you need to go to the country, try Virginia.
I feel like there's a lot of bugs in Virginia though.
I
I know. I think that's true.
That's the problem.
I have thought about going to New Mexico for a while.
Yeah, I love New Mexico, parts of Arizona,
wild.
like
If anyone wants
southern
to give me
Utah.
a job in New Mexico, I'll come work at your in Santa Fe specifically. I'll come work at your Ross Dress for Less.
Is there one in
I
Santa
don't know.
Fe? There probably is. You
Of course there is. I have one.
have a Ross dress for less?
No, just me or everyone.
I say that because for some reason I remember being near a Ross Dress for Less when I was there.
Yeah.
But I have been longing for that kind of escape a little bit. But there's
Yeah.
no stand up really
There's
in
not
Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a club even?
I don't know. I think it's Albuquerque.
Albuquerque has an opera house. Or is it Santa
Oh,
Fe?
that's Santa Fe actually, and
Yeah.
I just heard about that. It's like
It's like an outdoor.
and Taos is amazing, and
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Wait, how far is Albuquerque from Santa Fe?
I don't know. A
Okay,
couple
great.
hours.
Daniel, what is your just mirror everyone?
Is it just me, or is everything in our culture just fucking boring as fuck right now? Like, I just feel.
This is not quite what the segment is meant for.
No, I'm just wondering if it's me or everyone. That's the segment, right?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, so then it is. Thank you. Because I find myself probably 100 times a day hearing people make references, thinking they're funny, looking at things that are coming out, just every single thing going, God damn, is that fucking boring? Like, to the point where it's like words that people use now are boring me. Like, I'm just.
Like,
It's like-
last night when you said, you know what word I don't like? And I got excited for a second because I love conversations like that. But then it was just caricature.
Well, that's for different because
What would have been a better answer?
oh, because
I don't even know.
Caricature should it be CH?
yeah,
Is
it's like
that
there's
why?
a consonant missing from that word, and it always trips me up. Caricature, just it's like
Right.
caricature or something like
Yeah.
this is what it should be. No, but it's just like I don't know if it's this moment. I don't know if it's because of the algorithms or what. But it's just like everyone is boring, and everything is
Yeah.
boring, and I am desperate for something that is just going to be interesting and compelling and layered.
Allison's like,
And like maybe it's that I'm spending
Sorry,
too much
this is a
time.
slow march to death.
Yeah,
for
maybe
you.
it's that I'm spending too much time recording this show.
Well,
look, everything's working. You should do the artist way.
I have the
Is it-
book if you need it.
No, I'm not feeling uninspired in my own work. I'm just feeling like everything outside of me is super fucking
Yeah, but it
boring and
starts on the inside.
uncompelling.
It's an
I-
inside job.
I hear you. I am strangely not lacking in personal inspiration for things that I'm like. I can pursue things that are interesting to me, but they're usually like very esoteric or just weird things from history. They're not part of
Look,
the culture.
Lizzie and I are licensed medical professionals, and we
Just me or everyone
Thanks.
is what I'm asking.
I kind of agree.
Thank you, Tone Zone.
Okay.
At my
You know
back.
You know what? Sometimes all it takes is stepping out of context a little bit and going, I'm going to go to this place today,
New
a
Mexico.
new place. Even
I-
driving a new route home, going and doing something on your own,
Le-
trying something you never have
just going to another country,
neighborhood.
changing your name.
in the neighborhood.
I will, occasionally I'll be like, I'm going to check out Lizzie's stand up on YouTube and that will make me happy.
Oh.
But like for the most part, I'm finding what is
Yeah, well,
It's gonna
for
be like
me
a
too,
new
so-
coffee drink
So
for you.
much like with like, especially if we're talking like entertainment, like everything
Yes.
is just remakes and
Yes.
franchises being
And-
continued for way too long.
and people will be talking about stuff and it's like you're so boring.
Yeah.
Now, Allison, you're responding to this as though you're so fucking inspired. So what is it that you
No, I'm not. I go through. I mean, it sounds like your algorithm is not serving you right now.
Actually, my algorithm's fine because it's all just people talking about narcissism and how to deal with narcissists, which I am
We
endlessly
now have the
compelled
same
with.
algorithm. I love it.
So no, it's
And
not
also
really my
fish.
algorithm. It's literally just people. I wish I could remember the example from this morning, but it was just like people will be like, like these kind of like inside jokes that everyone makes about things. It's just like, oh, shut up.
Even that goes back
Just,
to the
I'm so
flip
fucking
phone
bored
thing.
with that shit.
That
Yeah.
You're saying it's not my algorithm. Like that's like saying it's not my sleep. you've normalized the algorithm as being something that it largely
Affects you.
contributes to your happiness.
Yeah.
Well,
I flagged that several times in this rant.
What I was saying, what I was reacting to was when I hear that, again, as a licensed medical professional, which I'm not, when I hear that, to me, that does sound like it has to be an inside you thing.
but I'm literally talking about culture. I'm talking about our culture. I'm not talking about my consumption. I'm not talking about what I am seeing in my algorithm. I'm saying when I look at TV shows and movies and the kind of
It's
and the
also-
conversation that
yeah,
people
I
are
know.
having on a
It's also
cultural
our
level,
age.
music, it's all incredibly boring.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not
I'm
just you.
I'm making a comment about our culture. I'm not talking about my, the books I'm reading. I'm not talking about like my algorithm.
You're missing what I'm saying.
Well, you're trying to make it a me thing, and I'm saying it's not a me thing. I feel like our culture is at a very boring place right now.
Well, it might be. Tony seems to agree with you.
Go ahead and make your point, therapist.
To be continued.
No, I'm
No,
genuinely interested in what you
I
have to
don't
say.
have my point. I think I already made my point. Let's move on. Tony, do you have a roster dress for less?
No, I just sold mine.
Okay.
I got nothing this week. No.
Okay, then let's move on to Hey, Go Fuck Yourself.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Okay, I guess here we are. I have one. And it's gonna be a little large and a little bold, but I have just had an ass full of nature with all of her majestic bugs that are biting me. I have so many bites on my ankles and my wrists and my elbows, and I think I have one on my face. Also, there was a tiny spider just crawling around on my bed last night, and I didn't like that. And then I was in bed looking at my phone, flag that, Lizzie, and I saw a tiny
Oh yeah, the little gnat.
it was smaller
Did
than
you
a
do you
gnat.
try to like?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to touch it. It was like
Do you think it was a birthmark on an influencer's face?
It's just like moving around.
I was in the dark. The
Yeah.
only light was my phone, and I just saw this tiny. I mean, it was like the size of a head of a pin, just flying around. And I was like, I'm not gonna do anything about that. I just hope I don't breathe it in. Now, part of the problem is you and I, when we altered our bedroom and office windows we turned them into French doors, we forgot to also give ourselves windows still that
Yes.
can be opened. So
can't open
we like to
windows.
leave our windows open, or no, excuse me, we like to leave our doors wide open, which is just like roll out the welcome mat for the bugs. So that's our fault. We do actually have these amazing screen doors that we don't use because if we use them, then the dogs scratch it. It's the whole thing. We use them sometimes. We should use them more. They're there to prevent the bugs from coming in and out, but for some reason, we don't use them enough. So anyway, hey, nature.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Oh, that's an evergreen.
I stand by it. I do. Lizzie.
No more finger licking. Do not lick your fingers in public. It's not cute when you are, even if we're friends, you're baking, you lick. I mean, that's
Ew.
fine,
Oh.
whatever. But it's
Yeah.
just like if you're doing this. I was sitting next to a woman at a restaurant. Okay, friend, fine, in the privacy of our home, whatever. Strike that from the record. But I was at a restaurant a cafe the other day, and this woman was taking her fingers, circling her plate. It was like after a post sandwich, pesto with like some pesto sauce, licking it
No.
over and over. And I'm like,
That's what bread is for.
yes, and napkins or like,
Right.
I guess this was intentional that she was getting the food on her finger, but yes, a utensil. I just feel like there's something about it that to me is also
Sensual.
well, it is interesting because it's so, it should be on OnlyFans. It's worse than
Pesto
two girls, one
liquors.
cup, because at
Yeah.
least they used a cup.
Mm-hmm.
At least they used earthenware.
Yeah.
No, I've actually never seen that before.
Me neither, and I'm
I haven't
Okay.
either.
Tony, have you?
Unfortunately, I have.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
Tony.
Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to bring it up. I barely know what it is.
I
but
I used to watch everything that came across the transom, and then I had an IT guy be like, "Check this out," and it was this was like 2002 or something, and it was a video of
I don't know if I
someone
can
getting their
answer.
head cut off
Oh, I can't. I can't.
in Chechnya, and it was just like,
No details.
yeah, and I was just like, oh my god, like it was just like,
Oh, I
check
know.
this
I'm
out,
sorry, I even
yeah,
mentioned
and after
it.
that,
I don't know even understand the power of what I'm saying, so I'm
yeah,
sorry.
no,
But I feel like the finger lick is disrespectful.
yeah, you think it's just like I don't care about etiquette in front of you?
Yeah, it's like I don't. Yeah, it should be only licking the middle finger.
Yeah.
That's what it
That's
feels
kind of like what it is.
Yeah. No, I'm with
Yeah.
you. I haven't thought about it much, but oh wait, no, this is not just me,
I feel
everyone.
like it's
Hey.
normalized. I feel like it's normalized growing up for some people. Maybe
Did
To be
we?
like, or like you're supposed to take it as a compliment. Like this is so good.
Finger
I need
licking good.
every single bit.
Did we forget etiquette though in COVID? I mean, is this one of those things where we haven't registered the changes? Like, just people
I
become
think this
less.
has been going on forever.
Is it a thing?
Yeah.
I feel like I always see it. I feel like it's even in commercials with people like, yummy or whatever. I have a new joke where I say Colonel Sanders was discharged from the military because they were so grossed out by his finger licking. It's kind of a mouthful to get out.
So hey, finger lickers.
Yes, just you know.
Go fuck
Was he a
yourself.
colonel in the Confederate Army? I mean, is KFC problematic?
I don't know, actually.
I mean, he would have had to have been. There's no way he was
Right.
a Yankee.
It's Kentucky.
Yeah. Does anyone else have one?
I do not.
No, I don't.
Okay, great. Product picks.
Podcast Pals product picks.
I have one, and it's not highly sustainable, I'm realizing. And I'm sure someone will let me know. However, I bought a packet of small Ziploc bags, like not snack size, but like little ones that like jewelry might come in or you could put pills in. And I'm finding them very convenient for a lot of things, specifically jewelry or pills, but also fish food. Because I have, this is not, look, do you keep tropical fish? You might want to know about this. Do you keep fish where you need to feed them frozen brine shrimp and you have to cut a cube into quarters and you're like, what do I do with it? Put it in a tiny bag. So,
Tiny
you know,
bags.
small bags. I love them. Can't get enough of them. And they're not expensive.
It's like you
I
can
know.
put fish food in the bags under my eyes today.
Yeah.
And might you have one, Lizzie?
Yes, my product pick is a book, actually, for me personally, an audiobook called On Writing by Stephen King.
Great book. So good.
It's so
What does
good.
it have
Yes.
to do with Owen?
Because in Misery,
Oh.
the name she calls it Owen.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
no. You know what? That's not Misery. That's Throw Mama from the Train.
Oh, yes.
I always confuse those two. Don't they have very similar female antagonists, right? Do you remember that movie, though?
I never saw it.
It is so good. Throw Mama from the Train.
Billy Crystal, right?
She's
Danny
obsessed
DeVito,
with her
yeah.
son.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the
yeah.
old lady from the Goonies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Misery, I think, is where she tortures a writer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kathy
Yeah.
Bates.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard this book is so good.
It's incredible. I just
It's one of the
it made
best
me
books
love-
about
yeah.
writing by a writer. Yeah.
It made me love Stephen King. I'm not a horror person, but it made me want to read everything by Stephen King.
Yeah.
And it's so sweet too how he talks about his wife Tabby. He's like, everyone needs an IR, an ideal reader, and for me, it's my wife Tabby.
Oh, that's so sweet. For me,
Yeah.
it's me.
But he's your IP, your ideal podcaster.
Yeah.
It's all right.
On Writing, Stephen King. Okay, great. Find these in my Amazon shop, amazon.com/shop/Allison Rosen. Guys, July is a big month for Amazon storefront owners like myself. So, if you're going to buy something on Amazon, which I suspect you are, get in there, look at my shop, and then buy whatever you want. Okay. Boy, this time has flown by.
It really has.
I'd like to thank everyone so much for joining. Lizzy, where might we find you? What should we look for?
Well, I wanted to tell you guys that I am doing a tarot promo right now.
Oh, cool.
So it's supposed to go through it was supposed to be go through July 14th to mark the middle of the year, because now can you believe it, we're in Q3.
Crazy.
We're in Q3 of the year.
I can't believe it.
So the tarot special, if you go to my website, use promo code halfway. When does this episode come out?
Thursday.
Okay, so they'll still have time.
Yeah.
Write halfway Rosen, and I'll give it to you till the end of July.
Amazing.
So promo code halfway Rosen, if that's okay with you,
sure.
to use your name in that fashion on a tarot promo.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Halfway Rosen, and you're gonna get half off a tarot reading with me over Zoom.
Another one of my listeners let me know that they had just had it. Natalie had a tarot reading with you and said it was like amazing and so good. The feedback I get from anyone who has gotten a reading with you is that it's like amazing.
Thank you so much. I love doing it. And I think the middle of the year is a good time to do it too, because we need to reset. Let's be honest. Yeah. I need to reset also. But that's another story. But it's going to be about you.
Yeah. Amazing.
Oh, and you can go to tarotrx.com.
Perfect.
Or message me.
Daniel?
No, nothing.
Tony?
July 19th, I'll be playing with Motion City Soundtrack at the Minneapolis Yacht Club Festival. And then, new Motion City Soundtrack singles, She Is Afraid, new record, September 19th.
Oh my gosh.
Same Old Wasted Wonderful World. Can never say it. I need to practice saying
It's
that.
like
out
Taylor.
loud.
Do I have trouble saying Taylor Frankie Paul of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? No, it is, as Taylor Williamson pointed out. I did it that time. I got it right.
Oh my gosh.
It's the Williamson follow. It's the yeah. Okay, everyone, Patreon and Substack.
Substack.
You know where to go. Everyone, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show?